Hello everybody, welcome to UKGN Network. Welcome to the month of December here on UKGN Network, where we've got a big month lined up for you for the run up to Christmas. Starting with today's Christmassy themed live stream, where I'm going to be playing James Pond RoboCod. Got a couple more Christmassy themed one lines up for you for the rest of the month as well, including all of our Game of the Year coverage that will be coming up from the 20th of December onwards. And a great new episode of the re-review coming this Friday, so I hope you will come back and watch as much of it as you can. Without further ado, let's get on with playing some RoboCod, one of the most well-known platform games on the Amiga. I decided that I'm gonna play the A1200 version because it's a little bit more colourful. But this is a game that has appeared on almost every gaming system I can think of over the years. I even saw a Switch version of it in one of the shops that I went in recently. So as you can see, this game is set entirely at Santa's workshop, and so that's why we're playing it for Christmas. This was, of course, released at a time when everybody was trying to get their version, their Sonic-style platform game out, and this was one of the first. There's a star there for me. We've got to get that. I'm Scythe, welcome to the chat. This is indeed a classic. Haven't actually played it for quite a while now though, so I've actually been quite looking forward to playing this one again. Always the Amiga version that I come back to, even though it has been released on so many other systems. Always love the soundtrack to it too. Ooh. Obviously, I have plugged in a joystick to play this one. Because this is not... I mean, obviously, if you're playing it on the A500 Mini, you can program in your controls so that you have a button to jump. But this has always been one way you have to push it up on the joystick, so that doesn't really lend itself to joypad control. Well, I hope if you've been catching up on games on your A500 Mini thanks to my videos. That's always good to know. does suffer from a few things that I always attribute to Sonic-style platformers, namely the fact that if you do actually run everywhere at high speed, you leave yourself wide open for taking damage. Ooh. Jamie C joins the chat. Welcome. You need to revisit this one as you had it on your Atari ST back in the day. Whoa. That's something that the Sonic games never did. They were always making sure that there's a platform visible. That's the way you need to be landing next. That's a game design trick learnt from Nintendo. One thing you'll always notice about 2D Mario games is that you can always see a platform to land on, no matter how tricky the jump is. No. Oh. I did wonder if I should load this game up with an infinite lives cheat on it, but for the purposes of the stream, maybe I should have done. It's not instantly apparent how Christmassy this game actually is, but you start seeing all the Christmas presents and like Christmas trees that that you're able to pick up. Ooh, no. Yeah, this game's definitely not easy. But that's so true of so many games from the early 90s. No, that's first door complete. No. Welcome everybody to the chat. You're French and don't speak English. I'm sure that's perfectly fine. You can't get very far in Gods without cheats. Well, Gods is a game that I've got. I was never that good at back when it came out in the 90s, but I am so much better at it now than I was back then. These days, if I was to load up Gods and start playing it, I would get very upset if I didn't reach the 4th world. Carl into the chat, welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, I need to bounce on one of those. Yes, Christmas is approaching, don't remind me. I do work in retail. And obviously working in retail at Christmas, not great. Right, I need to kill that. I need to kill that flying plane card there, don't I? Oh wow! I had your A1200 recapped recently, and it's amazing again. Well, that sounds fantastic. Being an Amiga fan in 2025 is a very expensive hobby. Which is why I'm so pleased about the A1200 coming out from Retro Games next year. It's finally a decently priced way for people to get back into it. Managed to finish Brian the Lion in 2 hours. That's pretty good going. Right, so there's an exit there. Hmm. Okay, so another extra life. Brilliant. Oh. Well, I am planning to celebrate the release of the 800 in June next year with a renewed version of my top 100 Amiga games. Kid Chaos is a very good platformer, and it's one of the few where you can actually press the fire button to jump as well. Wonder how you get in there. Game over. Yeah, I should have definitely loaded up this with a with an infinite lives cheat on, shouldn't I? Oh no, I can continue. But when I do that top 100 next year, I would imagine that this game will be a lot higher up the list than the likes of Super Frog and Zool, because I've just always preferred this game to those. How do you get up there then? We're going to bounce off the head of something. Oh, stop it. Stop, stop. Oh. I'm not very good at this today, am I? Lionheart was a very good game, yes. It's always been one of those games that rewards exploration, this one. You can always find additional exits and pickups and secrets all over the place. Alright, so there's an exit. I'm going to go out of it. Well, I did buy a copy of The Settlers 2 for the Amiga, but I've not been able to actually get it to run yet because I've only been able to use emulators. But I am actually playing this using the AGS Amiga Game Selector. Which, if you've never used it, I would highly recommend. It's probably the easiest way to play a lot of Amiga games using emulators on your PC. And there is an updated version of it due later this month, apparently. Yes, it is. I'm curious as to see what things they've added to it when it comes out. I should really be sat here with a packet of Penguin biscuits, shouldn't I, for playing this? Oh yes, the game that I'm doing for my re-review for this week is one that has reminded me how important a keyboard is. It's Star Glider 2. But the amount of games that do require you to have a keyboard. Outrun AGA would be a nice addition, but I don't think there is an actual AGA version of it in development, isn't there? Which there's a demo that you can download that only gives you the first track, but it is very impressive. So I don't know whether you've watched my video about the games that I think would make good additions to the A1200, but it's disappointing how many of the games that have been announced so far for the system are not AGA exclusive ones, or ones that are in any way AGA enhanced. That's the exit down there, isn't it? Yes, the reassembler version I was only able to get working by downloading FS UAE on the PC and running it on that. No, it definitely doesn't follow the rule of 3. I did see that the next project is Sonic, yeah. Never been a huge fan of the original Sonic, though, so I'm not overly fussed about that one. I'll obviously still play it. I do think that the original Sonic is the best Sonic game that was on the Mega Drive. Oh no, is that... RoboCod has failed, oh dear. Smoked kipper for tea. Yeah, I definitely should have entered a cheat code for this. Is there actually a cheat code that I can use? Let's have a quick check. OS friendly. Doesn't seem to... One of the things that it doesn't include is infinite lives, though. That's a weird one. Right. Yeah, let's just get on with playing then. There doesn't seem to be an infinite lives cheat that I can use. Never mind. Try and get through these opening levels a bit quicker then. Use the items on the first screen's roof. Spell cheat. Let's go back. Let's go back to the main menu and try that then. So on the roof, is it these ones here? Okay. Okay. So cake, hammer, earth. Damn it! No, messed it up. Right. Right, so cake is first. Hammer. Earth, apple, tap. Okay, well I've done that. What's that going to have done? You saw that cheat on Games Master. It let me go out that exit, which has completed the stage. That gave me an extra life up there that time. I'll check that in a minute, see whether or not all rooms are actually open. Because that might be why the exit worked, if that's the case. Oh, no, 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 no. I'll have to go check in if the rooms are all open in a second, won't I? I'm going to get through these rooms as quickly as I can just to see whether or not the rest of the areas are all open now. Could be infinite lives now, should it? Okay. Well, I have lost a couple of lives, and James is still showing 3 fingers over there, isn't he? No! Fingers, the number of fingers held up went down there. Thanks. Right, let's see if I can beat this thing this time. Oh, no. Should have made me invincible for 10 minutes. Well... No. How many hits does he take? There we go. Padlocks are disappearing off the doors. Not that one. Or that one. Right, okay, so... Oh, get on the platform. Come on. There we go. No, it looks like the cheat did not work, doesn't it? Don't know if the reason the cheat didn't work is because I'm playing the A1200 version, not the A500 version, or something like that. But... Oh. Should be able to try again. Yeah, I'll give it another go next time I'm back at that section. Because that item collection cheat was not listed on the Lemon Amiga page for the A1200 version. The only cheat listed for the A1200 version was one for typing something on the title screen. And none of the effects listed for it were infinite lives, or invincibility for that matter. I jumped. Oh. Where's that sending me? That's sending me back to the start of this level. Oh, no, no, no. Why is it not? Why is it not making that open? There we go. I always found James Pond 3 to be such a disappointment after this one. I'd probably list James Pond 3 as one of the most disappointing games of my lifetime, to be honest. I mean, it's kudos to the developers for trying something a bit different with it compared to this. In the same way that this game is completely different to the original James Pond. Well, I think what they tried didn't really work, and I think all the anti-grav stuff was not great. Oh, that was close. Well, it's not a question of what could they have done to improve it. It's the things that they took out are like, why did they take that out? Like the fact that you can extend your body upwards like that. Why was that not in the third game? Oh, where's that? Why is there no way of telling which ones of those are going to fall and which ones aren't? How far can you shimmy across the rooftop of this level? I honestly think that the reason why Operation Starfish didn't really work that well is because it was developed for the Mega Drive and Amiga simultaneously, whereas this one was developed for the Amiga and then converted to everything else. What have I just pressed? Yeah. So they tried to make a game that catered to the console market more than the home computer market. No, jump, jump, jump. Ah, this level's quite tricky, really, isn't it? That sent me back to the start. Right, let's see if I can do this cheat mode thing. Oh. Yeah, they knew they could release anything after this, and it would probably do well. That's probably an element of that to it as well. Yes. Cake, hammer, earth, apple. Nope, nothing. Would they bring James Pond back like they have done with Gex and Bubsy? It's possible they could do a James Pond trilogy collection. Don't know who the current rights holders of the James Pond franchise are, though. I think it's System 3. I think they... because they released a version of it for the Switch. Which you can usually see sat on the shelf in B&M bargains for $9.99. I'm always intrigued as to what the Switch version is like, but I don't particularly want to tarnish the memory of this. Oh dear. Well, yeah, it's like if they did a new version of this, they'd obviously have to take out all the references to penguin biscuits. I mean, maybe they have done exactly that in the Switch version. I haven't actually played it, so. Does seem to be the only thing that System 3 do these days is re-release old games. I mean, the version of Putty Squad that they made for the PS4 was terrible. I think I do have RoboCod on my wish list on the Switch store, to be honest, but it's never been in a sale at a time whenever I have money. What has been my game of the year for this year? I'm still trying to decide, to be honest. There hasn't been one standout title for me this year. There's been quite a few for me to choose from. I mean, I'm disappointed that I've not been able to get the Amiga version of the Settlers 2 working. Otherwise, that would, because I am planning on doing a best 10 Amiga games of 2025 video in the next couple of weeks, and I can't include the Settlers because I've not been able to play it. But there has been some great new Amiga games released, like Phantom Leap that I played on a live stream last Tuesday. Ghost of Yotei is a very good game. I was a massive fan of Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was the UKGN Network Game of the Year for 2019 when that came out. So. But in terms of big new releases, I think 2025 has been marked out for the number of disappointments that I've had more than the memorable quality games. Ow. Oh. I have already pre-ordered the A1200, yes. And I've already booked the 2 weeks off work when it comes out as well. Sectori is absolutely superb, yes. Sectori is a game that has come out of nowhere. It's definitely one of the 6 games that will be nominated for our best arcade action game of the year, but that's quite a tough category this year, to be honest. There's games like Neon Inferno is on there. The Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. That's a quality game as well. Let me change. Enable built-in cheat. Infinite lives. There we go. Unlimited lives. Change to the A500 version because this will allow me to. Project X Light Years, yeah, that's one of the ones up for Starcade action game along with Eartheon. Cake, Hammer. There you go, A500 version, it works. So it is the fact that it was the A200 version that was the problem. Neon Inferno is amazing. And I'm also planning on doing a video for Time Splitters Rewind later this week as well, because that's just come out as well. Although that is only in early access for now. But we will be launching our UK Gaming Network end of year awards on the 19th of December, with all the nominations in the various categories announced on the 20th. And then we'll be announcing all of our winners from between the 26th and the 30th, before announcing our Game of the Year on the 31st. So plenty to look forward to over the Christmas period, when I'm not actually going to be making videos, but I'm going to have plenty of stuff ready made for you to watch. I was tempted to do a live stream for Time Splitters, but I know people are mainly here for the Amiga games, Amiga content that I do. So So I thought I'd stick to Amiga games for now. It's only the improvements to the 800 version over the 800 version are only subtle differences in terms of the amount of colours that it uses. The game itself is virtually identical. Well, it's definitely more. I think it was probably more of a technical achievement to get the backgrounds looking like this on the 800 than it was on the 1200. I don't think you're the only one to share that sentiment about modern releases. There seems to be very little imagination in modern AAA releases these days. Almost every sequel that Sony have released on the PS5 I've found to be very disappointing because they're all essentially carbon copies of the first game with some slight improvements. They're very safe. And I think the best game in the God of War series is still God of War 2 on the PS2. Not sure about the Turrican collection on Evercade because I already own the Turrican collection on PS4, so I would imagine it'll be very similar to that. I mean, who am I kidding? I probably will end up buying Turrican on the Evercade, but I'm wanting the. Currently, I'm waiting for the Taito arcade collection. Those are what I want right now, but I really want one that has Rainbow Islands included. My invincibility hasn't run out, has it? Where are we? My PlayStation shelf behind me. 1 second. Yeah, it is that. Quite reach it. 1 second. Yeah, I do have the Turrican 30th anniversary anthology for the PlayStation 4. It does work on the PS5 as well, obviously. But like I was saying with James Pond 3 being a huge disappointment, I think Turrican 3 is definitely one of the a disappointing game for me as well. I think the inclusion of the grappling hook didn't really do anything for the game. Turrican 2 is absolutely awesome, yes. Quite right. Suddenly this level looks like James Pond 3. Well, see, the Mega Turrican is what Turrican 3 was based on. So, okay, that exit sent me back to the start of this level. Well, I think my biggest gaming regret is selling my A1200 back in the day in order to fund buying a PlayStation. I mean, I did get a PlayStation with Wipeout and Worms with it, so it wasn't all bad news. Well, it was an A1200 that I had an extra disk drive for. I think it had 2 megabytes of memory in it. Imagine that. And I also had a CD-ROM drive that you could play CD32 games for. Oh, the invincibility's gone. Well, if you look at the work that a lot of the developers are doing these days, I mean, I don't know if you've been following the development of X-Warriors, which is coming out on Spectrum Next and PC next year sometime. That's being made by Tony Warriner from Revolution Software and Stu Cambridge from Sensible Software. That sent me back to the start of the level again. Why has it done that? Is there something that I'm supposed to be doing on this level? Yeah, 2 whole megabytes, yes. Imagine what you can get on a PS5 or Xbox Series X with 2 megabytes these days. I think if I was to list my hey, there we go. That got me out of the level. I think if I was to list my top 10 games of 2025, chances are they probably are all going to be indie games. I am very disillusioned with AAA releases these days. I was planning on buying Cleared Hot when I saw the release date for it, but then I noticed that it was early access, and I don't really like buying games when they're in early access. I don't know what it is. It's like my brain doesn't let me get around the fact that it's essentially a demo. When it comes to our Game of the Year voting for our team, We don't actually allow early access games. No. Oh, no way. I mean, maybe next year we'll include a best early access category. But it's the reason why I've not bought Assetto Corsa Rally either. No. Wings! I need those. You are quite right. I mean, just because I don't cover new releases on the channel very often, doesn't mean I don't play them. Because of course I do. So when it comes to our Game of the Year stuff, we will be nominating quite a lot of new releases. And I don't know how long you followed the channel for, but when we did our awards last year, for all the individual categories, I did actually nominate RoboCod on the Amiga for in the best strategy category. It always bugged me on on the Jeff Awards a couple of years ago, when they gave Best Fighting Game to Multiverses, and the game wasn't even officially out yet. It was still in the early release version. What's my take on the attempt to revive Commodore? I don't really know that much about it, to be honest. I've always been a games person rather than a hardware person. I mean, if it gives me new cheaper hardware to buy, then I'll be all for it. But with even more Amiga games for me to play. There we go. Oh, what the hell? Oh, and of course, up still jumps, even though it's down. This is extremely disorientating. Hurting my eyes. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Well, I don't know if you can see on the desk to my left, I do have the C64 from Retro Games sat on my desk here, the one with the working keyboard, the full-size one. I only bought that about 3 or 4 months ago now, and that's the first ever Commodore 64 that I owned. Because back in the 8-bit era, I was a Spectrum gamer, not a Commodore 64 gamer. So I actually went from the Spectrum to the Atari ST, and then from the Atari ST to an Amiga. No, no, no. No. I am currently trying to work out what's the best way for me to cover Commodore 64 games on the channel, because obviously I don't have that much experience of them. Whereas my friend Pad, who owns the channel with me, he was a Commodore 64 owner, so he knows a lot more about them than I do. One thing I've been thinking about possibly doing is going through the top 100 list on something like the Lemon Amiga website or the old Zap 64 magazines, who also publish the top 100. And if I just play through them all and see whether or not I like them or not. No, don't do that. Damn it. You still got your Atari 400. Wow, I bet that's worth quite a lot these days. I mean, there obviously are some Commodore 64 games that I am aware of. I mean, I played California games on a friend's Commodore 64 back in the day, and I've always been aware that certain games like Armalite, as a side-scrolling shooter, is much better on the Commodore 64 than it ever was on the 16-bit systems. And Iridium is a Commodore 64 classic as well, obviously, and Drop Zone. But there's not. But there are massive gaps in my Commodore 64 knowledge. Ooh, you bastard. Oh, no, what? Oh, there is no checkpoint on this level. RPGs were not a genre that I particularly played. I know that the person sat next to me when I worked on Games X magazine was constantly playing Nightmare on their lunch breaks. Heimdall was decent. I just didn't. Was pretty good. I just didn't like the. I didn't like how the combat worked. Checkpoint! Hooray! Wasn't obvious that that platform was moving then. FPGA is the best way to play the Amiga at the moment. I don't know that one. Oh, I'll have to look into that. Eye of the Beholder was one that I remember being pretty decent. Well, again, not a game that I played though. Not my genre. No, will you stop it, you stupid thing? Okay, there's an exit there. I was about to say, how do I get to it? But there we go. Ooh, secret. Where are you, little sod? There you go. You see, my only experience of the Immortal is playing it through 2025 eyes. I never played it. I never played it back in the day. I think that came out before I owned an Amiga. Which is the exact issue that I'm having with Starglider 2, which I'm doing my video on for this week. That came out before I owned an Amiga. Your Mr. setup is FPGA fantastic with the Amiga Vision front end. I will bear that in mind because Pad, my co-owner of UKGN Network, has just got himself a Mr. and is still trying to work out the best setups for it. And he was never an Amiga person back in the day, so he doesn't really know what. He doesn't know the difference between an EGS or AGA setup. So. There's an exit. not letting me go there. Can he extend himself far enough up for that? No, that exit is not available to me. Heroes of Might. See, maybe getting a mist will be something that I'll look into in the future. This pad's definitely having a lot of fun with it, playing around with all the different setups. Come on. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that sent me all the way back to the start. That's so annoying. Where's that taking me to? Jesus. Amiga Vision is very similar to AGS on the Amiga. Okay. Well, like I say, he's not much of an Amiga guy, so he doesn't really know anything about them. So he's actually wanting me to go around and help him out with a lot of it. Might have to wait until after Christmas for that, though. Is that it? Is that the end? Is that all of the penguins that I needed to find on this level? Oh no, 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 I didn't want to go that way. Damn you. No, wait, where are you going? Please tell me that the exit is now flashing and I can leave. It is! Hooray! There's another one there. Oh, no way! Stop being upside down on me. That freaks me out. No! Uh-oh. Is that going to give me a car, is it? No, a train. I didn't think Flashback 2 was that bad, to be honest. I still actually really enjoyed playing it. I mean, that might just be my rose-tinted glasses for the original, but... The main problem with Flashback 2 was that they clearly released it before it was ready, so there were a few too many glitches. but I still really enjoyed it overall, and I thought that the finale was excellent with the way that it tied back into the first game. Why did that not? Why is that hurting me and not? Syndicate 360, if that counts. I would say that if you're talking modern remakes of old games, then yes, it does count. However, Syndicate on the Xbox 360 is one of my favourite first-person shooters on the 360, up there with Singularity. So I think if you called that game something else entirely, didn't call it Syndicate, I think people would be a lot more open to how good it is. It's another boss fight now, eh? Yep, big car. I think XCOM's a good shout. No, you sod. Why did it... Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've ever played Cannon Fodder 3 on the PC, but that is a abomination. Because Sensible Software had absolutely nothing to do with it. basically the IP holder sold the rights to the Cannon Fodder name to a Russian developer, and they made a game for the PC that was shockingly bad. If you didn't know it existed, then your life is infinitely better than mine. You will have not had your life ruined in the way that anybody else will have done. But anyway, I've reached the 2-hour mark on that live stream, so that's where I'm going to have to end it for today. So thank you everybody for tuning in and watching. Coming up this Friday, I will have a re-review episode all about Starglider 2 coming out for you, so hopefully you'll come back and watch that one. And hopefully I'll get a video out tomorrow about Time Splitters Rewind as well. If not tomorrow, then early next week for that one. And I hope you can come back towards the end of December for all of our Game of the Year coverage. So if you have enjoyed this live stream, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe. And come back next Tuesday for some more Christmas platforming goodness when I'm going to be playing some Fire and Ice. So hopefully you can come back and watch me play that one as well. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week, hopefully. Happy retro gaming, everybody. Bye for now.